What's going on, guys? This is D-Man here, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about Bethesda's conference, their E3 conference. A lot happened, so let's get right into things. Okay, so Bethesda first started out by talking about Rage 2. First, there was a little concert first with some music or whatever, so that's cool because, I mean, last year their show was really only like 30 to 45 minutes or something, and it was really disappointing because they didn't show a whole lot. The only thing that got me excited was Wolfenstein 2 last year, but this year they showed a lot more, but Rage 2's looking really spicy. The game's looking great. Never played the first one, but it's looking like a mixture between Doom, Mad Max, and Borderlands kind of thing. And I think that's looking pretty cool. Not too much to talk about with it because I never played Rage, but it looks awesome and looks like it might be a game I'll have to play. So Bethesda today actually announced pretty much every game that I had hoped for, and I was not expecting this many games from Bethesda all announced at once, whether they're coming out next year or 2 years from now or more. It's kind of crazy. So I guess the next thing to talk about would be Wolfenstein, and I'll talk about Doom after that. So this new Wolfenstein New Blood, it might not be called New Blood, I know there was Old Blood, but it's new something, is with the main character's twin daughters, actually, years later after the second game, so I'm wondering if they'll still do a third game. I feel like they might. I feel like they probably will, but this game is definitely a far ahead of time kind of sequel, where you get to play as the daughters of him, and anything Wolfenstein or Doom related, or pretty much anything Bethesda, let's be honest, is really awesome, and I'm super excited for this game to come out, and I'll probably buy it day one, as I usually do when it comes to Bethesda games that I'm really into, because I pretty much trust that company when it comes to their games having good content and solid story and pretty much everything. So this new Wolfenstein New Blood, it might not be called New Blood, I know there was Old Blood, but it's new something, is with the main character's twin daughters, actually, years later after the second game, so I'm wondering if they'll still do a third game. I feel like they might. I feel like they probably will, but this game is definitely a far ahead of time kind of sequel, where you get to play as the daughters of him, and anything Wolfenstein or Doom related, or pretty much anything Bethesda, let's be honest, is really awesome, and I'm super excited for this game to come out, and I'll probably buy it day one, as I usually do when it comes to Bethesda games that I'm really into, because I pretty much trust that company when it comes to their games having good content and solid story and pretty much everything. Okay, so they talked a little bit about Prey. Now, this is a game that I haven't even played for some reason. Next time I go to either GameStop, or I'm going to check how much it is on Steam, because I might get it on PC instead. Prey is something that I never played. I watched some gameplay, and the game looks awesome. I just never picked it up. And so I'm probably going to pick that up, but they're adding new DLC content, which actually is releasing now. It's out now, apparently. New story DLC and other content. They didn't go too into detail on it, but completely new content for Prey. So, I mean, that's cool. It's one of Bethesda's games that I ended up skipping on, and now it seems like it's a good time for me to pick it up. Okay, so I should have expected this, but Doom 2 was announced. I'm just calling it 2. It had another title, but I forget. And for some reason, I was in the mindset of not expecting that to be announced until next year, even though the first game came out 2 years ago. And when it comes to a lot of Bethesda games, other than Elder Scrolls, they tend to be like 2 years apart kind of thing. And Doom 2, I knew it was Doom 2 as soon as I kind of seen the way it was going in, and then the music started kicking up, that hardcore music, and they said this game is going to be bigger and better, and you're going to tear apart demons even crazier than you did in the first game of the reboot for Doom, and that's absolutely insane, because Doom is one of my favorite Bethesda games made, because I mean, I love all their games, but that game just ripping apart demons with a chainsaw, or with the BFG, the big fucking gun, and everything to do with it, it was just super exciting and stuff. I mean, the story did lack a little bit, but in this one, we're at least going to see where they're going to go with the story with Dr. Samuel Hayden, because he kind of seemed like he was a bad guy, of course, in the end of the first game, kinda, and it was teased that they were going to make another, which I figured as much that they would, of course, but yeah, we'll see if Dr. Samuel Hayden will be the main villain of the second game or what'll happen. I'm super freaking pumped for this game. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Fallout 76. That was another game that was actually leaked by Walmart a few weeks back, and they actually talked about that, which I thought that was kind of funny. They showed the same trailer that they showed at the Microsoft conference earlier in the day, and I was like, wait, why are they showing the same thing? But then they showed more on the game, so that was cool. I'm only very skeptical on this game because the multiplayer aspect. I mean, I know a lot of people may have wanted it, but I'm more of a single-player guy. I always have been. And Fallout 76, as long as I'm able to play offline without other players and play online when I choose to, then I'm happy. But if I always have to play online and there's always other players in my world, then that might be an issue for me, because personally I prefer to play Fallout on my own, but I'll play with people when I want to. So that would be cool if it's a choice if you want to play with people or not, because I actually talked to a couple people also that are skeptical about this, that are not sure whether they want it either, but because they prefer Fallout to be a single player kind of thing. So I don't know, we'll see. The game comes out November 16th or 18th, I believe, and there's also a collector's edition with the Fallout Power Armor helmet. That's freaking awesome. I don't know what the price will be on that, but it's very tempting, but I don't know yet if I'm going to want that or not. It really just depends on what other games are coming out at that time, or yeah, that kind of thing. So we'll see. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about mobile. I mean, I'm not a big mobile guy fan, but they announced Fallout Shelter to be on PS4, which is officially a thing, and the game has a total of 120 million downloads now, so that's pretty insane. I have it downloaded into my PC, not my phone, and I haven't played it in a while, but that game is definitely, it's really fun, and it's worth the free price, even with the microtransactions. The microtransactions are definitely tempting when you really get into the game. Now, another game, mobile related, that was announced was a new Elder Scrolls for mobile. I forget the name of it, but let's just go with Elder Scrolls Mobile. It's realistically just, hack and slash with shield powers kind of thing. You can move and attack kind of thing. Something fairly simple, but I think it looks like it'd be fun if it's free, and if it's not, well, I don't know. I'm not much of a mobile person, like I said, but if you're into Skyrim, Elder Scrolls being on mobile, hey, it's a cool little feature that you can give a try. Now, I was so scared that this Elder Scrolls mobile game was going to be the end of their conference. I was like, really? Is that really going to be the end of the conference? They're not even going to announce what we think they're going to announce? Which is why I winked earlier, of course. Elder Scrolls 6, yep, it was announced. It's happening. I'm happy it's happening. Whether it's 2 or 3 or 10 years away, I mean, realistically, it's not that far. I have some people arguing, saying it's coming out late 2019 at most, but I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to say at least 2020 before Elder Scrolls 6 is happening. Even if Bethesda brings out games like super quick, every 2 years for a sequel kind of thing, Elder Scrolls is totally different. And I know they want to spend a lot of time and effort put into Elder Scrolls 6 so it can live up to the hype, because all it was a little teaser with the little tune from Skyrim, and it just got everyone super hyped. Every person who's a gamer most likely at one point or another has played any type of Elder Scrolls game at some point, especially Skyrim, because Skyrim is on every single console, including the Switch and PC, so pretty much everyone's at least played Elder Scrolls 5 at one point or another. So, yeah, that's really, really hype, regardless of when the game comes out. Well, that about wraps it up for Bethesda's conference. I just wanted to have a little conversation about it. If I had to rate it, I'll give it a probably solid A-, maybe even an A+, only because realistically they announced every single thing that I was hoping for that I did not expect. I didn't expect Elder Scrolls 6 to be announced yet. I didn't expect Doom 2 for some reason. Rage 2 looks awesome, which is a game that I was going to pass on, but now I probably won't. They definitely convinced me to want to get Prey now, even though I skipped it before for some reason. And Wolfenstein, I've always loved Wolfenstein and Doom, so those are games that I'll totally 100% buy. But like I said, pretty much everything that Bethesda comes out with is good quality and games that I love to play. So let me know what you guys thought of their conference. I really, really enjoyed it. I can't say whether it'll be the best conference or not. It's definitely going to be up there, but we still got 4 conferences to go. We got Square Enix, Sony, Ubisoft, and Nintendo. And Sony and Nintendo, well, I was going to say they were the big 2 that I'm looking forward to most, but Square Enix, probably because Kingdom Hearts 3. Sony will probably also get a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, most likely, because Square Enix is going to be popping out a lot of Kingdom Hearts content tomorrow, I'm sure. Even if the game's not coming out till January, they want to show off a lot. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the video, and I'll see you guys all next time. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. D-Man's out of here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.